My name is Maurice Benisty. I have worked for a number of commercial and investment banks over the years. Been in the industry for around 20 years. My main tip to someone looking to get into corporate finance is really to understand in a lot of depth the institutions that you're applying for, what they do and what the job requires, and make sure that there's a match. The worst mistakes you can make are presentational mistakes, so basic things like typos, formatting, making the CV too long to read, so you really need to keep it down to a couple of pages. And I think, accuracy. Sometimes the timelines don't add up because people are trying to, obscure periods of time, or they're trying to, hide a job gap. There's nothing wrong with having been out of work for a period of time, as long as you have a reason or an explanation for it. So I think it's just about integrity and making sure that you're recording accurately what you've done. People shouldn't underestimate the importance of really taking the time to complete a CV and make it look professional. I think what's important in a group assessment centre is the way you dress, the way you present yourself, being polite, not trying to be overpowering, not trying to prove a point, be yourself. I think in these situations you get people who are trying to compete with each other, and the secret is not to compete, it's to focus on the tasks in hand and show the best of yourself rather than give off an impression that people could mistake for arrogance or being over keen. I think you need to show that you're the kind of person that people are going to want to work with. I think you have to be very clear on why it is that you are looking to change professions and come into the finance industry. I think you then have to be focused. You have to say, well, what within finance or what within any industry specifically are you looking to go into? And is there a skills match? Is it transferable? Because if you're up against people who are from within the industry, you're always up against people who have experience. And that's tough. So you have to really work out whether there's a fit and be able to project and sell yourself to prospective employers who will always be looking for experience. People at work often focus on what it is they can't control and what frustrates them and what demotivates them, the behaviour of their boss, the fact that the building is, is not a pleasant one, it's not in the right place. All these things you can't change, so stressing about them and fussing about them doesn't help you. When you don't enjoy what you do, you either have to change what you do or get behind what the reason is that you get up in the morning. If you can't be with the one you love the one you're with. You have to find all the good things about the organisation that you work for. You have to work out the origin of why that relationship is difficult and take some proactive steps to improve it. So normally it's because of things that you do that your boss doesn't like. However reasonable or unreasonable that they may be, you have to address those issues. From the way you work, you project yourself. What is it that is causing the relationship to be strained, and can you fix it? And if you can't, you're better off out. And if you can, you need to speak to your boss to really get to the bottom of what's causing the strain and what you can do to change it. Most people are receptive to a conversation that starts like, you and I don't get on, what can I do to improve it? But very few conversations like that actually happen. You want to set out things that are realistic, because if they're not realistic or they're too broad, you won't achieve them, and therefore you'll be demotivated. So you really need to focus on what is within your control to achieve. The first thing is you need to be open with your boss, and you need to say, well, look, I think I'm ready for promotion, or I'd like to know where I need to be ready for promotion, and really narrow down the gap between where you are and where you'd like to be. CVs are a bit like books. They're stuck in their 2D, black and white, quite limited format, which don't tell you that much really about yourself as a candidate. Having your information presented in a consistent, concise format that people are used to helps, because then they can go on the page to exactly what they're looking for. Innovate CV is looking to provide a standardised format. It is looking to provide a richer media experience for the candidate and for the prospective employer, such that I will be able to look deeper into the candidate to find out what really makes him tick, and to be able to look for more information at my option on different elements of his background or professional experience.